A dimly lit train compartment. The faint sound of wheels screeching on the tracks fills the air. The train is old, with flickering lights and creaking metal. A young woman, nervous and clutching her bag tightly, occasionally glancing out the window at the endless darkness. An older man sitting 2 rows behind her, wearing a trench coat and carrying a briefcase. He keeps staring at her in a way that feels unsettling. The conductor, a middle-aged man, moves between compartments, checking tickets. The young woman senses the older man's gaze and moves to a different seat, but he follows her. The train screeches to an abrupt halt in the middle of the forest. The lights flicker and go out, plunging the compartment into darkness. A distorted announcement plays, "Please remain calm. This is a temporary stop." The young woman peers out the window, seeing nothing but trees. Her phone has no signal. The conductor reassures her, "Probably a technical issue. Stay seated." The older man stands and whispers, "These things don't stop for no reason." His tone sends chills down her spine. As the train remains stationary, the young woman notices something odd, a bloodied handprint smudged on one of the windows. She points it out to the conductor, but it's gone when he checks. Meanwhile, the older man opens his briefcase, revealing a collection of strange items. An old map, a rusted knife, and a photograph of someone who looks eerily like her. The conductor suddenly goes missing. The young woman and the older man are left alone. She's now convinced the older man is dangerous. She confronts him, asking why he's following her. He calmly replies, "I'm not following you. I'm protecting you." He reveals the photograph and says, "They've been hunting you. This train isn't safe." The young woman doesn't believe him and tries to escape to the next compartment, only to find it locked. She finds the conductor's hat on the floor, smeared with blood. Panic sets in. The older man explains that a shadowy group uses the train to abduct passengers. He's a retired investigator who's been tracking them for years. As the young woman tries to call for help, the lights flicker back on. Standing at the end of the compartment is the conductor, but his face is expressionless, his eyes cold and lifeless. The older man yells, "It's not him, run!" The young woman and the older man sprint through the train as the conductor chases them. Doors slam shut behind them, forcing them toward the front. They reach the engine room, where the older man sacrifices himself to hold off the conductor, yelling, "Get off the train!" The young woman leaps off the train as it mysteriously starts moving again, disappearing into the dark forest. The young woman stumbles onto a road, exhausted, and flags down a passing car. As she gets in, she glances at the driver's ID card on the dashboard. It reads, "Conductor." Not everyone on your side is a friend, and not everyone chasing you is an enemy.